All right. Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Bears Focus Podcast with your boy Collin here, Sterling. And today we have a guest joining us, Kristy Love from NBS Media. Shout out to her. Give it up for her for joining. Thank
Hey
you so
y'all.
much.
No problem. No problem.
All right. So we're going to get into a few things today, man. We know the Bears schedule just dropped.
Yes.
We definitely going to talk about that. We're going to go through them games, predict out wins, losses, and at the end, we're going to see what our record is, all right? Which of us is going to be the one that has them going undefeated? Sterling's probably going to be you. Yep, there we go.
What?
And then which one of us is going to be the one that has them winning no games? Probably me.
Oh,
So
y'all
let's go ahead. You know what? We try to be honest. We
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want to lead people to believe that they're going to be perfect, even
Yeah.
though we would love that. We
Mm-hmm.
got to be realistic here.
I get it.
So starting out, man, going through that schedule, are there any games that either of you and Kristy will throw it to you first? Is there any games that you are really looking forward to seeing from the schedule?
That Washington game.
Mm.
The Commanders game, like hands down. Because you guys already know from last year that Hail Mary, they still talk about it till this day. So I guess you can kind of say it's a revenge game.
100%.
So I'm looking forward to that game. I might be there in person. Like I was saying, that Washington game, it's a revenge
Washington.
game. And that Hail Mary, they're gonna talk about that probably for years to come.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Let's stop talking about
sucks.
it.
So that's the only game on our schedule that I'm looking forward to be
Okay.
honest.
Okay. Makes sense. Sterling, what about you, man? What you looking forward to?
I don't know. This whole Bear schedule is kind of like interesting to me. I
Mm.
mean, if I look at it in 4 quarters of the season, we got some tough. Our second quarter is really, really, really disrespectful. I mean, the first week of the season, looking at games 1 through 4, we play Minnesota first, Detroit, Cowboys, Raiders. I expect them to go 3-1. That's just me. Mind you, I'm a passionate Bears fan. I'm trying to be realistic here. We'll talk about division rankings as we continue to progress through. But I expect them to be 3-1. I think with the talent added and Caleb Williams really taking hold of this offense under Ben Johnson, we should see some good things. I like the improvement of the report that came out about him changing his footwork again. Lets me know that he's going to be getting that ball out a lot more quicker than he was last season. So just harping on that, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be screens. We're not going to be screened out like we were under one offensive coordinator that we won't mention. But there will be some screen plays. There will be some sideline to sideline throws where that ball has to come out with some zip. I expect Caleb Williams to be able to do that. But in terms of the most exciting game, I'm going November 13th when we play the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, I have some thoughts about that game that I'll save as we continue to move through, but that's going to be an interesting game when we play the Philadelphia Eagles November 28th, not 13th, November 28th.
Okay. All right, so we got Washington, we got Philly. Y'all sticking with the NFC East.
It's the champs.
It's the champs, you're right. But me, I'm looking at all the division games, right?
I knew it.
You have to. You got to look at the division games. We did terrible in the division last season.
Last.
1-5.
We did.
The worst. So I'm looking at this turnaround. We started off early with Minnesota and Detroit.
I hate
We
that.
lost both games to both of them.
In that Minnesota game, we should have won. We should have won that
The
game.
Detroit game too.
We should, but it was a primetime game, and the Bears are always bad on primetime. So that
Yeah.
plus it was bad last year.
It wasn't a good look for them at all. Obviously, coaching was a lot of it. We know. I like to name names. Shane Waldron was terrible as our OC.
Hey.
Clearly, the
Terrible.
reports are out there. We're seeing it. Books are being released now talking about it.
Was it Shane?
Not good.
Was it Waldron or was it Caleb?
We're not gonna put it on the rookie
Okay. All
quarterback.
right.
We're not gonna put it on the rookie.
I'm just saying here.
I mean, you can argue Caleb.
You could, as much as I would have liked him to say these things publicly. I would have liked him to say to the public, in the press conferences, yo, I'm figuring out film on my own. My coach is not there with me. They're not really telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Now that's going to light some fire under some butts.
It needs
Now
to.
Poe's got to come in and do damage control. What is really going on here? Fluke's going to have to make some changes and answer some questions. You can't be up there with your cool haircut and try and smooth through things.
Right.
it was the beard that got
Nicknames
him.
and stuff
It
like
was the beard that
how was your quarterback watching film by himself and he's a rookie?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was
rookie quarterback.
insane to me. That was just crazy. That's crazy work.
That should never happen. That should have
No.
never been a thing. But let's move on to hopefully better things,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Sterling, you already started out 3-1.
Yeah.
So let's start with the Minnesota game. Since
Tough.
you already at 3-1, what you think about that first one?
Tough game. We got to think about the Minnesota Vikings. And then when I look at this question, I think about, I automatically start to rank us in this division. I think the Detroit Lions, they are going to take a regression. They're not going to be number one again. They lost too much offense, defense, players. Cut it out. I'm not going for the nonsense. Detroit, you had your chance
Twice.
But in one great movie, it said, I'm the captain now. All right. So get prepared for that to happen in the NFC North. But that first game is going to be interesting, though. The Vikings are scary. And I think defensively, under Brian Flores, they are ridiculous, especially with their scheme and how much they blitz opponents. I think they led the NFL last year in blitz pass rate coming from under Brian Flores. So that first game is going to be interesting. That might be the one loss. JJ McCarthy is kind of an unknown until he's known. So, I mean, it's not too much information out there besides what was on Michigan. But, I mean, that was at Michigan almost a year, 2 years removed. So, them dealing with that front, we're really going to get a look at the trenches, our revamped trenches on the offensive line, and then their revamped trenches on the defensive line. And then holistically as a Bears defense, can we match up travel, right, under Dennis Allen? See what type of pressure that is going to be in. I expect a lot of nickel with 2 linebackers on the field because speed, sideline to sideline. But that first game is going to be good. But I would love the Bears to win. But if they have to lose one game, it'll be that one. But I think Bears pull it out. I'll even give you a score. 28 Bears to Vikings 17. First game.
Okay.
Yeah. Soldier Field win, man. Chicago.
All right. Open the season win for the Bears. What you think, Kristy?
I agree with Sterling. Under Brian Flores, Minnesota is scary a little bit. We don't know the quarterback, how he's going to play. But our defense is good, too. Like, even though we had a bad season last year, our defense was still pretty solid, in my opinion. So, with our new defensive coordinator, I feel like we can be that much more stronger. Looking at the first 4 games, I agree. Probably the Vikings we might lose to, because I don't see us losing to Detroit, Dallas, or the Raiders. So, yeah, I think 3-1 is pretty accurate for our first 4 games.
All right. So y'all going 3-1 starting out for these first 4. So Sterling, Minnesota is a win for you. Kristy, what about you? Win for Minnesota? Minnesota win or loss?
I ain't like that. I ain't like that. When Kristy, I did not like that. Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm trying to be realistic. It could go either way.
I agree.
But if we had to lose, it'd be Minnesota.
All right.
Because I don't see the Bears losing to Detroit. You know, it's going to be Ben Johnson's first time playing against, his old team. He's not going to lose that game. He's not. And then it's Dallas. Like, let's be for real. And then the Raiders. I don't see us losing to the Raiders, but yeah, so probably Minnesota.
Can I admit something?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And I know this may be coming from a little left, but are we focusing in on the wrong teams?
What you mean?
I mean, Michael Parsons did just get paid. Yeah. All right, so he's gonna be a monster. You got Matt Eberflus on the opposite side coaching that defense again, which is all what he should have been doing all along. He's going to have them revamped and ready to go. Could the Dallas Cowboys potentially be a loss for the Bears? in a revenge game for maybe Matt Eberflus?
No.
Okay, I gotta ask.
I mean, I get your logic, but nah.
Pickens,
Okay, who else they got?
CD,
Man, I'm not thinking about Dak or CeeDee Lamb.
Dakota. We call him Dakota on this. Dakota.
Okay.
Whoa. All right.
Dak coming back from that injury, man, we'll be okay.
That's skinny Dak though. This is not regular Dak. This is skinny Dak.
I hear you, but I'm not worried.
I'm with you.
Mm,
I'm not
I'm with
worried.
you. I'm with you. I ain't worried either.
all right.
Okay.
So both of y'all have them for the first 4 games leading up into that bye, 3-1,
That's an
which
early
is kind of
bye.
crazy to me. I'm gonna be honest. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy looking at the teams we're going against. Minnesota, I definitely think will be a win. Defense will be crazy.
Yeah.
Caleb might take 6 sacks in that game with the line still trying to figure it out and get together. But I see the Bears pulling that one out.
Okay.
Detroit,
6 sacks
Dallas.
is crazy.
Detroit and Dallas will be tough. Detroit and Dallas will be tough. If y'all think that Detroit is just like, all right, Ben, you can beat us. You know, you left.
That's not going to
Our
happen.
defensive coach left.
But they
We're
lost
just
a
going to lay
lot.
down and take it. Nah, that's not happening. That's not happening. So I see that Detroit game, unfortunately, being an L.
Yikes.
Dallas.
Oh man, what's up with you?
Not a revenge game for Flus. But it is a game that Dak is going to come back and show the league why he is the highest paid quarterback in the league.
No.
Dallas win.
No.
Dallas win.
That's sad. I mean, the dramatics and everything. I felt it for a second. And I had to think it's Cowboys. There's no
Listen.
way.
Look, with what Dallas has, like you just said, Micah Parsons there.
Mhm.
He's got paid. They got CD still. Pickens is there now. If Jalen Johnson and CeeDee Lamb are matched up, because we expect Jalen Johnson to travel this season. If they're matched up, Pickens might have a big game against Tariq Stevenson.
Oh.
We got to see which one of them is going to crash out first. Is really what we got to look at. Who's going to be the first one to get off of their game and start having mental mistakes? Is it going to be Pickens or Stevenson? So that's really the matchup that I'm going to want to see there. And then the Vegas game. Guys, honestly, early on, we're going against some pretty tough defensive lines.
You think the Raiders is tough? I know they got
That
Geno
defensive
Smith.
line is kind of nasty. Christian Wilkinson, Max Crosby.
Yeah.
That's going to be nasty. And we're looking at a new look offensive line.
That's
But
true.
we got
essentially 4 new starters on our offensive line with a rookie at left tackle. Yes, we got Tooney over there to help him out.
Yeah.
Dahlman is kind of a middle of the league, middle run center. We'll see how he goes over his next few years. He's been ascending, obviously.
He's no Olin Krutz, but he might be.
Well, we got to give him a couple years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jonah Jackson, he was hurt most of last season. Yeah. They let him go in Detroit when Ben Johnson was there.
Super Bowl champion, though.
He is a champ with the Rams. He got that. And then we looking at...
Don't you do it.
looking at our right side. But look, I do think that Vegas is going to cause some trouble just on the defensive front, right? Just on the against our offensive line. I think the Bears are going to pull that one out fairly easy because they don't have any corners, safeties, anybody on the back end we got to worry about. Mm-hmm. That should be a really good game for the Bears. I got them going 2-2 out of those first 4 games.
Fair.
I got them 2-2. And I think that's not bad because we're a new team.
We are.
All right. And then going into the bye, if we're 2-2, it helps us out a lot. Where were we weak? Where can we improve? Going now into the important and the kind of the hardest stretch of games that they have. The Bears got a tough schedule.
They do.
And I'm going to be honest, the schedule makers, they really cooked this season. Almost every game, at least for the NFC North that I've seen, is going to be freaking competitive. There's no gimmies, except for maybe New Orleans.
I was just thinking that New Orleans, yeah.
Maybe New York. But their defensive line is crazy. We're going to get into them. So you guys 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
Not surprised. It's expected. I'm 2-2.
2-2 is crazy because if I think about the offseason and I think about what we did and I think about the money spent and you telling me within quarter one I'm going 2-2, man, I made some bad investments. If I'm just looking like
Oh,
from President Warren, maybe Poles, I expect this team to be very, very good. Well, see, this is what's going on with Bears fans, Bears Focus podcast, plus all around the world. Like, we're trying to taper our expectations because we know each season. I ain't gonna say we're going to the extreme of like Cowboy fans, but
yeah.
we got thoughts like, hey, this is going to be a great season. We made the changes. No, this season we really made the changes. Like, we've really done the work. Like, it's like almost like when you go to therapy and you're like, man, I'm working on my. No, you really worked on yourself because you got some help that you couldn't necessarily help yourself with. So it's like I expect this Bears team, especially offensively and defensively, to be different than any other season that we played. Bringing back that Monsters of the Midway, bringing back that little edge, having some swagger. Remember, culture has changed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I ain't saying because who's not
No,
here, who's
yes.
here. Culture has changed. It's going to be a different vibe when it comes to this team. We just have to see it because we haven't seen it yet. We can't. We're like, whatever.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I agree. Like, and I said it on my podcast numerous of times. I have the Bears getting 10 wins. I know we have a tough schedule,
Oh,
but we have a really good team. They fixed the trenches. We
Uh-huh.
got weapons on both sides of the ball. And I know we got a tough division, but there's no reason why we can't get at least 9 or 10 wins, in my opinion. There's like no
100%.
reason why. And then it may be kind of a reach, but I have us going to the playoffs, like wild card. I've been saying it for the past 3 seasons. There's no reason why we can't get there. There's no reason why, in my opinion.
I have to agree with Kristy here. Like,
oh,
the playoffs is this. If you're not on this train right now, don't try to hop on like after quarter one, like, because we don't want you. Like, we have a team that's fully equipped,
Yeah.
right? Injuries happen, prepared. Have you heard of Chirulipo? He's about 315 pounds, an offensive lineman ready to go. We got Luke on the offensive lineman from Michigan. Like, we have these positions filled out that are going to be ready to go. We're going to have people ready to step in if need be. We have a whole team. This is something we haven't had in previous Bears tenures, a whole team. And I'm talking about going all the way back to Alex Brown, Alawali Gungale. I'm talking about these players on the D rotating, coming in, whoa, we got to chill. I need to chill.
yeah. You definitely got to chill
need to
because
chill.
you definitely got to
I
chill.
need to chill.
You bringing up Bears greats, and
Yeah.
I don't know about that, dog. You putting a lot of pressure on the guys. Look,
Pressure make
before
diamonds.
we move into the next stretch of games, next 4 games, we have a whole new team, whole new coaching staff, whole new offensive line. Defense is pretty much the only thing that stayed intact. Everything is going to be new. We're going to need some games to figure it out. And with 3 of our first 4 games being against pretty tough teams, it's going to be a little bit of a learning curve there. I expect them to falter, but I also expect them to rise to the occasion when time comes
You're
for it.
such an oxymoron.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm just an optimist, all right? I know they're going to start bad, but I believe in my heart that they will do better.
If we start off bad, can you imagine Bears fans online in the uproar? Our
Oh,
first
my
4
goodness.
games, like, oh my god,
Who are they going to say get rid of? Is it going to
Caleb.
be Caleb Williams
Yeah.
or Ben
they
Johnson?
might at this point.
Caleb them God's chance.
Are they going to become how I was last season? Like, we should have kept Justin Fields? Oh, we should have kept Justin Fields.
No, that narrative is going to go up exponentially if Justin Fields starts out putting on a show in New York.
Come on now.
I ain't going to hold you.
We're going to get into that for sure when we talk about the rest of the league. But
that bye
next
week,
4 games.
That bye week, before you get into, I don't like that bye week being at 5.
Really?
I don't either.
Hell no.
Don't either. It's too early, in my opinion.
I agree as well.
So I thought about that too. We all had the same mindset. But then I listened to Ben Johnson, and he did an interview with Colin Cowherd.
He swayed you?
He did. And he mentioned how he actually really liked it. He said it gives them that time to since it's early in the season, make adjustments early in the season on things that aren't working right, things that they can do better and improve on, as opposed to late in the season where you need to start hitting a stride, preparing for the playoffs if they're going to make it there. Now that early bye, get that out the way. Let's set in stone the things that we need to do and accomplish them. Injuries. That's the only worry. That's really the only worry with an early bye.
I
But other
mean,
than that, man, I think it's gonna work out with a new team.
I would have loved to have that by like within our second trimester, right, of the season.
Yeah.
Like
We're gonna
week
be
7, week 8 ish.
yeah, because that's when it starts to get treacherous, right? And that's when you may need a reprieve, right? I mean, week to week, we should be doing the very things that Ben Johnson said, figuring out what this team is, harping on our strengths, working on our weaknesses. That's a week to week thing. So when I heard that from Ben, that's mumbo jumbo to me. I mean, I already know he's in there. He's cooking up. Like, so that's good. That's just like public perception. That's like public say. But I think, you know, he doesn't want to come under fire of schedule makers, maybe not get too much, you know, the eye of the NFL. But I think Ben Johnson, he says that, but I don't think that's where his whole heart is. But maybe it is because he's a mad genius and maybe he has something up his sleeve. But I would have rather see it, you know, when we go through the second part of the season where we got Washington coming up for the second quarter. We got the Saints, the Baltimore Ravens, and we got Joe Burrow and the Bengals, right? That's just crazy.
So let's get into it. Kristy, we're going to toss it to you.
Okay.
These next 4 games,
Ooh.
how you see those going?
Oh God, we're gonna beat New Orleans. They don't really have nobody, in my opinion. But it's tough. Lamar Jackson. Then we got T. Higgins, Jamar Chase now. Then the Commander. That's tough.
All on the road.
I know that's tough. I think we could pull an upset in Washington.
Washington
Hopefully.
would be an upset.
I think so.
So for you, the Bears are underdogs in that game.
Yes.
I guess it makes sense. They did.
Yes, absolutely we are. The Baltimore Ravens, we might lose that one. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. We could possibly beat the Bengals away. Possibly. By that time, we should have our team figured out defensively and offensively. By that time, we should know who we are, identity, the whole 9. So probably 2-2.
2-2 over that stretch.
I think 2-2. Yeah, that's tough.
Okay, and Sterling, what you think?
I don't know. I mean, you start playing some of these elite quarterbacks in the league now. You're talking Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, the Washington quarterback, Jaden Daniels. It's like, yo. Yeah. The Washington game, I think the Bears are going to come with a lot of, you know, ferocity, energy because of the mental error. I think Tyreek Stevenson will try to redeem himself. So he should be schemed up pretty well and mentally prepared for that game. The Saints game should be a win. There ain't no voodoo or any other thing that can come out of New Orleans. We had some crazy things happen there in New Orleans in that stadium before. Give us a break, Saints. The Ravens, I mean, Roquan Smith just doesn't like us. So that's all I can say there.
I feel you on that.
And the Bengals is interesting. Those last 2 are interesting because it can really tell you a lot about our team and the mental makeup and the toughness, right? 2 things that we kind of were up and down with last season, couldn't really define it, right? Especially under Matt Eberflus and the team. If we really want to see this team take a different turn, yeah, we want to beat Washington. That's a great story. But then you follow that up with a win at Ravens or a win at Bengals, man, it picks up because you got to think about. I'm thinking of them finishing quarter 1 3-1. Then you go through this stretch. If you do another 3-1, I'm not saying that can happen. Maybe 2-2, maybe 2-2. You know, level headed. But you know what? Forget the level head. 3-1.
Oh man, okay.
We're looking at six wins, 2 losses within that first part of the season. Now this is where I settle down. Like, can Ben Johnson still get these players to really focus in and work on their craft, hone their skills. I think we are forgetting about the weapons that we have. One, and then two, this is a different team. We have juice on the offense now. We don't have to worry about what play we're going to be doing. If we're going to call a screen pass on a 4th down, 3rd down play, we don't have to worry about we don't have to worry about any of that, Bears fans. We don't have to worry about any of that. The time is now.
All right.
I hear you. I want to say this real quick. I hear you. It's just for me personally, I just know who the Bears are. Because every offseason, we do the same crap every year. We get all excited. We get optimistic. We have weapons on both sides of the ball. Our defense is great. And then it comes to play in the season and we just flop. You know what I'm saying? So we look really good. We look really good. And I was getting 10 wins. But on the flip side of that, I just know who they are. So I have to see it. But on paper, we look really, really good.
I agree with Kristy on that point, but just to like the caveat to that from my perspective, I never believed in who we had at the top of the team at the helm. Mark Trestman, Matt Nagy, all of these guys coming in. At some point they're going to get drowned out. Now you got a leader of man in there, somebody that can command the room, change the culture. They give him respect to. I think that right there alone is going to change this season for us and then propel us going forward.
I hear you.
I agree. Holding the team accountable.
Yes.
Compared to last year, I think that'll make a big
That's
change.
very important.
But man, all right. 3-1, 2-2 over this next stretch. So Washington, I think that game will be one that we dominate. What is this? Another Monday night game for us. Prime time. We know the Bears don't do that great in prime time.
Dominate is crazy.
But this has to be a redemption game. And I do think they are going to dominate. I know Washington got Deebo Samuels. They got Laramie Tunsil. They done some changes. They kind of revamped on their side too. We don't care about none of that. Washington's going down. That's the L on the board for them. W for the Bears. Saints, we don't even know who the heck their quarterback is.
Yeah.
Tyler Shaw, however you say his name. Desmond Ritter. Who else do they have? Taysom Hill still. I don't even know. Taysom Hill probably should be their starter, but that's a story for another day. And then I don't know who the 4th guy is. I know they got somebody else. I don't know who that guy is. They have nobody's at quarterback. We should dominate that team as well. W for the Bears. Baltimore and Cincinnati. Tough games. Baltimore's defense should be much improved to where it was last year, where people were throwing the ball all over the yard on that defense. Cincinnati, on the other hand, their defense should kind of be worse than it was even last season, and it wasn't that good. Bears 4-0 during this stretch. We're beating Baltimore. We're beating Cincinnati handily.
If we beat Baltimore, we're on the radar for real. If we could beat Baltimore, that's a really good look.
What they call him, LaMarvelous.
That's
he ain't going to be too marvelous against them Bears.
Okay.
Right. It's not going to happen.
Now that's bold right there. Now you talking about me. You talking crazy. You talking crazy. And then you say beating cool Joe Burrow. Now I'm a Joe Burrow fan. I think he's one of those elite quarterbacks, like 1 through 3. He's up there. And you put him against, I would love to have a Joe Burrow at the helm of my team, like leading them.
Most definitely.
Joe Burrow gonna get busy because I think he should have won.
He should have won MVP
last season.
Over Josh Allen.
Should have won MVP 100%. He had a better season. The team just.
I'm a Josh Allen fan, but Joe Burrow good too. But Josh Allen, that was well deserved.
He did deserve it.
Yeah, he did.
Can't say that away. He did.
But Josh Allen should be focused on championships for Buffalo. Do something that's never been done. He gotta go do a LeBron.
They gotta get past Kansas City. That's the only roadblock.
And Joe Burrow is the only quarterback that has done this in the modern era so far, besides Tom Brady. So what?
Since she brought up Kansas City, I do got a little hot take for that. Okay. Kansas City's not making the playoffs this season.
I said the same thing to somebody. They're going to miss for the first time in like years.
They're missing the playoffs this season.
That'd be crazy if they do for real.
Did you freeze? You good over there, Sterling?
No,
Producer got you.
I'm trying to make sure I'm not living in a simulation. Y'all talking about the Chiefs missing
Yes, yes, it could be their downfall
Yes,
this
dog.
season.
You look at
the.
Denver.
It
We
could.
talked
I mean,
early on about the changes Denver made.
No, Denver is the most underrated team in the NFL right now. That's my take. Yes, they're not talking
So
about the Denver Broncos enough.
not enough. So New Orleans, I mean not New Orleans, Kansas City.
mm,
Goodbye. Sorry. We'll see you guys next year.
It was the
it's
documentary,
time. It's
I
needed.
haven't even seen the documentary
The
yet,
Kingdom.
but if I see it, then I'm definitely gonna feel like they're not making it.
Wow.
But this next four, New York, Minnesota,
Ugh.
Pittsburgh, and then here's that Philly that Black Friday special.
Mm,
So Kristy, out of
mm.
those 4 games, what do you see the Bears doing there?
Okay, I'm not gonna go in order. We're gonna beat Pittsburgh because who's their quarterback?
Probably Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
They signed him. Is
They
it
Not
him?
yet.
haven't, but
Yeah.
that's what everybody assumes based
Even
on
if they
even the
have
schedule.
him,
I think the schedule makers assume that too.
even if they
100%.
have Rodgers, he's like 40, 41 years old. It's time to hang it up, dog.
Dang.
Yeah, so we're gonna beat Pittsburgh. The Giants, we should. They do have Wilson and what's his name? I can't think of his name.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis.
Yes, I love him. But we should be able to win that game. And then Minnesota in Minnesota, that could go either way. I know. So
Ooh, okay.
I know. So I got us two. I'm not sure on that Vikings game. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. And then we got Philly. If we lose, I would not be surprised. You know, it's the champs. We're gonna be in Philly, Black Friday game, another primetime game. They're stacked. So
Yeah.
we are too, like I said before, but that could be an L. So I'll probably have us going. I'm gonna let my fandom speak 3-1. We beat Minnesota.
3-1. Okay. All right.
Mm.
So far, you got us undefeated in the division.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it. That's a great turnaround. I would
So
love
yes.
to see it.
belt in hand.
I would love to see
Right,
it.
belly in hand. Yeah, yeah.
All right, Sterling. What you got for us these next 4?
All right, looking at these next 4, interesting slate here. Because now you're getting into the dog of the season, right?
Mhm.
It's cold. It's getting cold. You're traveling more. Body is already beat up, and you mentally, you know, your bye is already passed. You got to anticipate maybe some injuries here. We're talking fully healthy teams, but if we got some injuries,
That's true. But we have
it's
depth, though. We should be
we,
okay.
we got who?
We got players.
We do got players, but are they starters? Like they can come in and
Not
fill a
starters,
role.
but I hear you. But we should go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Okay, okay.
Sorry.
New York lost. New York Giants is a loss.
We're gonna lose to the
Um,
Giants.
yeah.
Why? Why do you think that's a loss?
I just know like something's. I think that defense. I think Dayball, and I think that defense. I think the Giants' defense is going to be better than it was last season, and Dayball is going to have a better offense. Dayball is a really good offensive coach. He can scheme up some good stuff. And I think he does better because he has a efficient and proficient quarterback at the helm, and Russell Wilson. Even if not, we saw Jameis come in last season. He can fill in 1 or 2 spots, give you 450, 3 tuds, and an interception, maybe 2, but win you a game. So I'm not mad at it. Going to Minnesota,
That's a tough one.
that is a tough one. I like that stadium because it's just loud and noisy and it's intimidating. Loss. So yeah, that's that there in Minnesota. They're gonna lose there. Sorry, Bears fans. Steelers, a certain level of disdain. Now you got adversity with 2 weeks into a losing streak. You got Mike Tomlin who doesn't back down. You got Aaron Rodgers at the helm. We come back and get a win there, right? That's gonna be a tough, ugly game, but that's gonna be an ugly win that hey, we can win. I have us winning there, and then this November 28th game here, I don't like it. And I don't like it not for the reason of, it's the Eagles, but why did they have to put, and this is my thought, maybe I'm looking at this wrong. It's Black Friday, and they put 2 black quarterbacks on a game on Black Friday. I didn't like that. I would have been. It would have made me feel good if it was Caleb Williams maybe versus a Joe Burrow. Okay,
That's kind of a reach a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah,
you think so?
Just a little bit. But
I
I
don't
hear
like
you.
it.
I hear you.
I don't
What do you
like
think
it.
about that?
I don't like it. It make me feel like, what is this?
what
The
was the quarterback
Black
matchup
Bowl.
last season?
Not the Black Ball.
Wasn't it the same last season? I
The
think it
black
was
quarterback?
Philly and Dallas last season. Dallas Dallas plays on Thanksgiving. I can't remember who it was on Black Friday, but I think it was the same thing because I remember the jokes and stuff going around about it. I had to look that up and see to be sure, but like she
I,
said, that's a stretch, dog.
I just don't like it. But nonetheless, we get that Black Friday win against the Philadelphia Eagles
Ooh.
at Lincoln Financial Field. That's going to be a tough one because, anytime you're playing the champs, you have a heightened level of expectation and like what you want to bring. And I think we've always had some great games against Philly, and Philly really doesn't scare us. If you think about the double doinker.
Oh my
I want you to
Uh,
bring it up.
okay, hey, I just got to keep it honest here. You think
Man.
about that. Philly's not so scary, and we've seen Jalen Hurts before, and we seen Saquon Barkley, so we get a win there, 2-2.
2-2 for you on that stretch. All right. Okay.
What about you, man? Go ahead, say your nonsense.
All right. Um, I laughed when you brought up a loss to New York because I 100% agree.
I know.
I think that's the trap game because I think people really believe New York will be bad. I think they'll be a middle of the run team. They're not going to be too good or too bad. They got Russ, like you mentioned, Kristy. Jameis is there. So they got some quarterbacks. They're not going to put in a rookie right away. They're not going to play Jackson Dart. They got them a running back now. It's Scatterbo. He's going to go and ball out. They still got neighbors. And that defensive line, bro. Their defensive line is nasty. Thibodeau, Burns, 2 other people I know I'm missing right now. They are stacked on their defensive line.
Thibodeau could get moved too. That's another underrated thing. He
You
could
think
get
so?
moved. He could be.
I don't see
Quietly.
it happening. I don't see it. Well, it's possible, but I think that's the L for the Bears, man. Minnesota, it is always tough to go up there. Another loss. I see the Bears losing that game. Pittsburgh, at home. We're assuming Rodgers is going to be the quarterback. It might be Will Howard. Kirk Cousins is still available. It might be Kirk Cousins. We don't know who it's going to be. I still love the team that Pittsburgh has. They're always built through their defense. Mike Tomlin always has the boys ready to go. I see another loss on the schedule on the record for the Bears.
No, now you cut it out. Cut it out.
Losing to who?
Pittsburgh. L.
Are you for real?
L on the board for them.
Oh, wait. Would they have watched The Dark Knight Rises before that game or after? Like, I'm trying to figure because we should already know what's going on.
They're gonna need to watch it a few times, but
jeez,
that's the L. That's the L, dog.
Okay.
Now we going into Philly. Black Friday in the link against the champs. Will we have enough?
Speak your truth.
I don't think so. Another loss on the board for the Bears.
I you going crazy right now.
I'm not even. Another loss on the board for them.
Now that Pittsburgh loss is crazy.
So I got them going 1-4 during that stretch, guys.
Oh God.
I don't see a win coming out of there. The only one I see possible is the New York game. And that's really it. Other than that Pittsburgh game is going to be tough. Is our defense really going to be enough is our defense going to be able to hold them to 10 points or less? Because that's going to be a low-scoring game. It's not going to be an offense-heavy game. Is our defense going to be able to hold them like that? I don't think so.
I don't know
if Steelers defense can.
I don't know if Pittsburgh has retooled enough on defense to be able to still play the level of defense they've played these past couple of seasons. That's what I don't know. Their cornerback situation is kind of like
Still kind of
put
rocky.
together. Yeah. And then they got one wide receiver, DK Metcalf. Najee Harris isn't there anymore, so they just got Warren in the backfield. Yeah, quarterback question. It's a lot of open mystery to this team. We're just counting on Mike Tomlin having the guys ready to play week to week. So that's 100%. A toss-up game. And if it's a toss-up game, I'm staying with Bears fans and the team I came to the dance with, and I ain't bringing nobody else back with me. I'm leaving with who I came with.
Absolutely.
I feel you. That's the L for me, guys. Sorry.
You can have that L. You can have it.
Man. All right. So far, before we get into these last few games here, we got Sterling. You got the Bears at 8-3 at this point, or 8-4. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
At this point, Kristy, you right there with them, 8-4.
Okay.
I got them 6-6.
I got
them 6-6.
6-6.
And I don't think 6-6 is bad going into bad. What? The last 5 games of the season?
That is
the last 5 games. We got Green Bay twice, the Browns, San Francisco, and Detroit.
Let's talk about it. Go ahead, Kristy. Start us off. What you think?
Going into Lambeau, we beat them in Lambeau last season. So we have that leverage. We can beat them again because we had less last year. We had less last year, so I think we can get it done. Will we sweep them? Probably not. I'm not gonna lie. It could happen.
Now. You got to give it to us.
Huh?
You got to give it to us. You got to keep it real.
Yeah, probably not. We could, but I'm just going to be realistic. Probably 1-1 against Green Bay. The Browns, we can beat the Browns. Who do they have?
They got 16 quarterbacks.
That's about it.
That's
going
about
from
it.
25 to 40.
San Francisco is declining. So they beat us bad last year, but we can.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, that was tough. We can beat them, and then the Lions at home. It'll be a tough one. We can probably beat them at home. So what is that?
So what you got us 4-1 because you said no Green Bay sweep.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Browns, San Francisco. We can beat San Francisco, and then the Lions at home to end the season. Yeah, we can probably. So what's that? What's my record?
So overall, this is kind of wild.
Oh, you laughing? Oh my God.
No. You got them at 12-5.
I mean,
you got them overall 12-5. That would be a great first season.
It would be a great first season.
Similar to what Matt Nagy had when his first year, they went 12-4, made the playoffs, lost to the eventual champs.
Yeah. Coach of the year.
So I like it. I'm not mad at it. Still, last 5 games.
Oh,
what you think?
Belt in hand. Green Bay don't got a chance. Again, looking at the division, Green Bay, we were ranked last in the division. Green Bay is now going to be ranked last in this division. That's just my personal opinion. Detroit, they were ranked number 1. They actually come down a spot. I think Minnesota is number 1 in the division right now with all the retool that they made. We're sleeping on them because they are unknown, but with the retoolment that they did to their team, especially defensively, scary a little bit. Detroit comes down, we move up. Right now, we're fighting for that 1 through 3 spot. But in terms of these last 4 games of the season, Green Bay win. Browns win. Green Bay win again. I think we've gotten over that hump there with Green Bay. San Francisco, that's a trap game because the narrative talking high, we're going to be in national media across the world. Can the Bears stay focused? That might be an ugly win, but a win. And then you got to think of, all right, if we're in the playoffs, what will Ben Johnson do? Does he play his starters the last game of the season, or does he choose to rest his starters? I think there's a combination of an in-between here, especially depending on how the season has went. So that is going to be a tough game as well. But we still win that one because I don't expect the Lions to even make the playoffs this upcoming season. So there's that. So I think that record is pretty easy because that should be 0 losses and all wins. So
All right, you got a 5-0 over the last stretch. All
I
right.
do.
Okay. Wow. All right.
And
So
what's
you
that
at
overall record?
13-4.
Ooh, 13.
So you and Kristy see them going crazy this season.
That's not
Y'all
going crazy.
13-4 with basically a whole new offense.
We
At
have
least
a
offensive line.
competent
Entirely new
team.
coaching staff. Jeez Louise. All right. I ain't mad at it. So
Come on, come and join me. Come on, I know you want to discuss.
So obviously the Green Bay games are dubs. We're
Okay.
not losing to Green Bay. I don't think we're losing to Green Bay for at least the next 2 to 3 seasons. Right?
Wow.
Green Bay's going down. That's two wins on the board right there. Cleveland, you guys are done. You're gonna put up a fight with Myles Garrett and Mason Graham, but you guys are going down. That's 3-0. San Francisco is a trap game.
Yeah.
That is a trap game. They gave it to us in prime time, right before the start of the playoffs, essentially. But I don't think that they have anything. Shout out to Brock Purdy signing his new contract.
Overrated. That was
Dang, overrated.
Too much. He got paid way too much, in my opinion. You don't think so?
I think
the market dictates.
Had to. I think they had to. Yeah, it was a market, and they had to.
Oh, I'm so sick of this market and resetting the market, all that crap.
I mean,
that's like
based on the contracts and how it go. If you next man up and you're getting your team to the playoffs, you're winning. You're gonna be the next guy in line for a big contract. But
I get it.
That's the dub for the Bears. Another one on the board. We're not gonna lose that. And now Detroit. Last game of the season. Will Ben Johnson rest his guys?
I didn't even think about that.
Playoffs are on the line.
Yep. It's our division, though.
They're going for the win.
Yeah.
They're going for it all. Ben Johnson's going for the win. Yeah. I'm right there with you, dog. 5-0 for the Bears over the last stretch. 5-0 for the Bears over that last stretch, man.
5-0.
So, oh, man. All right. So I'm a little upset that I ended up joining you guys here because I didn't think that I would.
Yep.
But I got them at 11-6.
That's a good record.
That is a great record.
11-6. Yeah. I kind of thought I would have them less than 10 games. I've been saying the past few seasons. I said a lot last season. Mm-hmm. They're going to win 10 games.
I said
they're going to go to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They won 5 games, fired numerous coaches, and here we are now. So
yep.
I'm a little hesitant to go into it with this. I know this is our first time talking about it, but I think we all have them in pretty good records. 13-4, 12-5, 11-6. Hopefully they at least hit that 10.
Now remember, my list is fluid.
This is subject to change.
I'm not saying it's fluid. All right, so this could change bearing injuries, stuff that happens. It's a very fluid list.
We haven't even played preseason yet. We haven't even put on the pads in practice yet. We still got so much more to go through before our final predictions are set in.
But I mean, we have a decent record, decent schedule. You know what I'm saying? We do. Like these games based on last year, minus a few, we can beat these teams for real. I really think we can. So that's why I said at least 10. Like, in my opinion, if we don't get 10 wins in a wild card, I'll say it's a failed season. Maybe that's a reach.
Ooh.
Maybe I'm being hard, but I'm just being real.
You definitely being hard on them. Because we saw 3 teams from the division last season make the playoffs.
Yes, and then it was us.
I don't think it's going to be 3 again.
It's not. It's only going to be 2.
Yeah, it's only going to be 2 this season.
I have the Bears second in our division. Second.
I like that. I like that.
First, it could be Minnesota.
I kind of got them at first in the division.
You got the Bears at first?
I got them first in the division.
I'm saying second. I mean, we could be first, but we just got to see Minnesota.
Second ain't bad. I wouldn't be mad at that. They should definitely be fighting for a wild card at that point.
Yeah, that's reasonable. New coaching, new players, all that. That's reasonable. I just want to see some improvement. Like, for real, dog.
We got to see it. Bears fans want to see it. We need to see it in our lifetime. Ben Johnson,
Yeah.
plea from the Bears fans. Take us to the promised land.
Okay,
Man.
Moses. Okay, Moses. Let's go. Let's
Man.
go.
Funny.
So that's our records, guys. Fans, everybody watching, leave your comments below what you think the Bears are going to be.
Yes.
Let's switch gears here now.
Okay.
Let's get into these NBA playoffs.
Oh my.
Ooh, Bears Focus Plus.
Bears Focus Plus, baby. Let's get into these NBA playoffs. So we
You
got to
know-
talk about Game 7 first today.
Okay, 7. Oh yeah.
I want to know who y'all think winning.
The Thunder.
Oh, okay.
I
Thunder.
know.
Thunder.
I mean,
Thunder.
they gotta slow Jokic down, but they have to win. SGA, they have to. They have to. And I also have SGA getting MVP this year. He was robbed last season.
Whoa.
Yes, whoa. He should have got it last season, but this year he's going to get it. Sorry, Jokic.
All right, that's a hot take for me. To me, that's a hot take. I know everybody says SGA is MVP this season.
Yes.
I might be one of the few that disagree.
Oh my God. Why
But
do
you
you
got
disagree?
OKC when I think Jokic is clearly MVP. Look at his records. Look at it. Look at his stats. Look at what he's done for his team with arguably less.
Yeah, less is more with him.
Yeah.
He doing his thing.
But you're still wrong. So
all right, talk about it. Who's winning this game?
This is a tough game here, right? Because the OKC found themselves in a situation they really shouldn't be in. And Shea is playing phenomenal basketball, which he's been playing all season. But now I ain't going to say he's hitting a rough patch, but he's hitting a rough patch because he's not dominating these games as he was round one, semifinals, and now where he's at now. If they allowed the Denver Nuggets to stay in the fight, the Denver Nuggets will walk away with this win. Because I don't think they have a matchup or somebody that can stop Jokic. Denver, looking at the opposite side of that, they have many matchups, many players they can throw to defend Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. But in terms of Jokic, really not an answer, right? That's why you have analysts coming on saying, hey, this is what I would do. Jokic is really not fazed by any big man, little man, or anybody in between. He's giving you 30, 10, and 10 plus across the board, right? Limiting turnovers as well, too. But in terms of winning this game, oh, man.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one, but I'm going to go with Kristy. I'm going OKC. OKC wins the game. They get it. Shy will get his MVP this season. In the next round, I think he's the presumptuous MVP anyway. He earned it with this play throughout the regular season. It's a regular season award, not a playoff award. So OKC advances. Sorry, Denver, you got out of that retool in the offseason.
All right, so I do agree with you that OKC should not be in this position. They shouldn't have been here to allow a Game 7.
Yeah.
But Jokic is an MVP. He's a champ.
He is.
Champs don't go down too easy. OKC is favored by 9 points.
That's a lie. Did you see the Knicks in Boston? That is, I know Tatum wasn't there, but
come on, dog. Tatum was gone. Do we really think it's no Game 7 if Tatum's there? I don't believe so. They're going to Game 7 if Tatum's there. And Boston might win that Game 7 if Tatum's there. Let's just keep it funky. But OKC is favored by 9 points in this game.
That's a nasty spread. That's a nasty spread.
That they're going to win handily. But Aaron Gordon, his hamstring is coming into play now. He's a game time decision.
He's out.
There we go.
He's out.
Yeah, that
hamstring is still saying he's game time decision.
I'm saying he's out because how do you play? Yeah, because have you ever pulled your hamstring?
I haven't pulled it. I strained it though.
That twinge
strain was enough.
But
man,
he'll probably play for that.
I think he's gonna try to play for sure. He said he want this ring for Russ.
Is Russ playing?
Russ gonna play, dog. I want them to get that ring for Russ. I think Russ gonna play too. From what I'm seeing right now, game time decision: Jamal Murray, Russell Westbrook, Aaron Gordon, all game time decision.
All playing.
Yeah, they all gonna
I
play.
think they all gonna play. I don't
But
think
they're
they're sitting out a
but
game
they're
7.
injured. But they're injured though. See, and that's my thing. See, if the Denver Nuggets were healthy, Jamal Murray wasn't sick, Gordon wasn't battling a hamstring, Jokic arm wasn't beat up, I might have a different feel with this. But they still got to get through a whole game, and then you're talking about advancing on into the next round and doing it there. No, it's not happening.
Yeah. So I want to go with Denver. I want to. But man, I think it's gonna be tough with the injuries and how they fly around. OKC. F it. I'm gonna go with Denver winning the night.
Okay.
Denver's winning game 7. Jokic will be our MVP. All right. I think that the NBA script writers, they've been cooking this playoffs, man. They really been cooking. Halliburton, overrated. What did he tell the guys? Overrate that. Overrate that. All
I
right.
would have
The
never
Hallie
thought.
hate gotta stop.
I would have never thought Indiana would have beat the Cavs.
Who called it?
I
I did.
promise you.
I called it. Pacers
You called
next.
it.
But the Pacers, I got going to the finals
Oh my goodness.
along with
Oh my
the Minnesota
goodness.
Timberwolves.
Oh my goodness.
That is my finals prediction. I'm going to hold off on who I think is going to win until the finals get here.
Okay.
I want to make sure this prediction comes through. But what about you guys? Who's going to the Eastern Conference Finals?
Kristy, go ahead. Because he knows my answer.
I really don't actually.
Okay. Between Knicks and the Pacers, it's going to be a good series. I don't like it, but I got to go with the Pacers.
Oh!
Hey,
I don't like it. I don't, but I don't
there
think the
we
Knicks.
go.
I don't think the Knicks will play hard enough to get past them because ever since the Pacers beat the Bucks, they've been on a run. They've been on a run, and I didn't expect that. So they're going to keep that momentum going, and they're going to beat New York. I don't think New York can handle it. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, okay, I sports bet a lot. And I always put Jalen Brunson on my slip, and he always fails. Can't get 15, can't get 20. So with that alone, it may be just me. With that alone, no, inconsistent.
Oh.
So, and then
Oh,
Cat,
man.
he's inconsistent too.
Cat is a funny
No,
guy.
Cat is crazy.
He's a funny guy.
He got multiple personalities, but that's something for a different day.
Yeah, so I don't like it, but I got the Pacers, dog.
All right, so give us on the West end. We got the Pacers on the East to the finals. What about this West? We know you got OKC winning tonight. So your matchup would be what? OKC, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna stick with OKC.
Ooh,
I love Ant-Man, though. Don't get it wrong, but I didn't think they'll make it this far.
Really?
I did not. They beat the Lakers, Golden State, but I just have a lot of faith in the Thunder. This is their year. They got to get it done. They was the best team in the West. They got to finish it off. So,
all right,
that's my pick.
All right, so we got OKC, Pacers. What you got for us, dog? Give me your finals prediction.
I mean, I'm really a little taken back about what I just heard here.
Oh my goodness!
From not only Kristy but you as well. Let's start in the West. In the West, OKC advances. They play Minnesota, Western Conference Finals. Very, very great. It's a pick'em. Like styles make fights. This is a good stylistic fight. I like the style of Minnesota. I'm taking Ant-Man to continue to collect Infinity Stones, putting out the MVP and going to the finals. It's just Anthony Edwards, right? And this is, another question that, I'm going to bring up. Who is the best player still left in the NBA playoffs, right? For me, that's Anthony Edwards. Now, everybody else you all may have different opinions, but for me, it's Anthony Edwards. And with him being the best player left and he's collected Infinity Stones, you got to think about what he's did over the last 2 years. Kevin Durant, his favorite player, put him out. Devin Booker, out. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, out. Do I need to say more? Stephen Curry out.
Can we
Although,
really say Steph though?
no, we can't. We can't. And that really is going to make Steph go into a little demon child next season. We really thought we saw the best version of Steph. Steph is a little psycho too. Like he's going to be in the lab and he's going to make sure his body's healthy. He wants to get back. It's almost going to be like when he won that championship against Boston. Everybody counted him out. I think Steph, because of his shooting ability, just like his shooting ability will allow him to play longer than a LeBron James, who's, each season coming down. A Kevin Durant, who's still at the height of his game. He has a good 2 more years to try to go get a ring. But Stephen Curry, just based off of how the defense comes at him and reacts to him, he's going to have people eating out of his hands. That's the West, but I got Minnesota going to the finals. In the East, Pacers out of here. Knicks, give me the Knicks. I want Minnesota Knicks NBA Finals.
Just a hater.
No, you got to think about stories, right? How would the two teams that made a trade in the offseason now be facing each other in the NBA Finals? How wild would that be? Julius Randle goes back to New York. He's comfortable there. Karl Anthony Towns going back to Minnesota. He's comfortable there. Let the narratives write themselves. Let's have a good NBA Finals and let's make it go 7. Because I don't think on either side these teams are bagging down. Thibodeau is going to play his guys 60 minutes if need be. So we know that. And Anthony Edwards is not backing down from a fight, and he's bringing dogs with him. Right. I knew Anthony Edwards was a different player when he got Rudy Gobert to have a great NBA playoff game. Dominated the Lakers on the glass. And
that's not too hard, though.
It's not too hard, but what team has really done it throughout the playoffs? I'm saying throughout the playoffs.
They've only played one team. But if they go against a team that has a big, they got dominated even in the regular season.
Not really. When you go and look at the stats, really.
Once AD left, they did. They didn't have any bigs.
Not
they were
really.
Never gonna go far with no bigs.
They were not, and LeBron knew that. That's why they tried to do that small ball lineup. Didn't necessarily work, but they have a lot to figure out in the offseason. But this is going to be an Ant-Man versus captain Jalen Brunson. New York makes it. New York loses in the NBA Finals. Sorry, New York. Minnesota.
Okay, you calling
Anthony?
Now.
Yeah. Minnesota gets Anthony Edwards as the NBA Finals MVP, and he gets his first ring.
I would love that for Ant-Man, though.
I agree.
He can really get past it and win the finals.
Because you got to think about what he's done to get to this point. He's defeated all the great players necessary to take the step. Now, I can't see him, or I couldn't even myself. Like, I just defeated the best of the best, and now I'm getting here. And I'm not saying I'm facing anything subpar, but I have another challenge ahead of me. I need to continue to collect. I'm snapping my fingers. It's my championship.
Okay.
All right. I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
All right. Minnesota Knicks Finals, and then Minnesota Pacers. I'm excited. I'm excited for Game 7 today. See how that goes.
Who's the best player in the playoffs to y'all left right now?
It's Anthony Edwards, no doubt.
Yeah, I go with Ant-Man. I have to say Ant-Man. Ant-Man.
That's
not Jokic, Ant-Man.
And that's what it is. If it's not Jokic, who is a very, very close second, we got to go in.
You don't think Jalen Brunson, I don't know if we can discount him.
I don't care about the New York hype. I don't care.
It's not hype.
It's hype.
No.
Listen, the hype train stops in Indiana.
See, Kristy, he's really doing something right now. He's a Halliburton fan.
For real?
And I don't know what it is.
I'm really not. I just appreciate.
I don't even like Halliburton like that, man.
He's
what's
cool.
up with all the Hallie hate?
Cool.
I don't get it.
Yeah, he's cool, but I can't rock with him like that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
His
Kristy.
peers said he's overrated.
He was.
Now he's in the conference finals 2 years
Told
in a
the
row.
Truth. They told the truth.
Conference finals 2 years in a row. I don't know how he's overrated. He's leading his team there. It's not like he has pieces around him. He has some pieces.
Yeah.
But it's not like he got no other world beater or anything on his team. What is he, the only all-star on their team?
So you'll build your team around Halliburton. I just want to hear you say that.
I think the Bulls should have drafted Halliburton when he came out.
That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you.
would I build a team around
Yeah,
Halliburton?
you got the first. You got the first pick,
I got the first pick. Who
and
was all in the draft? You see,
all
so
of
we gotta set the scenario right. So we doing the whole expansion team draft. I get to pick any player from any team on who I'm starting my
But you
season
need a
with.
point guard, and some of your premier point guards have already been picked.
Okay.
Um,
If I
you
just
got,
need a point guard, I got some other pieces. Of course, I'm going with Halliburton.
but you still got like a Donovan Mitchell left. You still got like
I'm
some
going with
premier
Halliburton.
pieces.
Didn't
Yikes.
Halliburton
You
just
don't
beat
like
Donovan
Donovan?
Mitchell? Goodbye. I'm gonna go with Halliburton.
Okay.
I want
Oh.
winners. You can have great numbers. You can be LeBron, but you got to be a winner.
So what are your thoughts about Donovan Mitchell and the Cavs? Because I didn't expect for them to go out like that.
I didn't either, to be honest.
I
They're
don't
like
think
the best
nobody.
team. They was the best team.
Yeah.
But it's just
They
like,
were
damn.
very inconsistent as far as their lineups. There was a lot of injuries, and
Yeah. It
for
was
big stretches, their complete team was not there. So I think that hurt them a little bit because even the injuries came back to bite them in the playoffs.
they did.
Yeah,
They
That
did.
stuff got to get figured out. I like Garland,
he's
but I
not
think
there too much longer. Yeah.
they gonna have to move on from him.
Yeah, I think you keep Mitchell there. They tried a project this season where they tried to have a big front court, which is what you need, especially when you go to the Western, when you travel over to West. You got this big front court, right? 5, 4, and 3, lengthy, big. Then you got this small little back court. No offense to Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, that can't happen. I think they're going to be looking to upgrade. I don't think it's Garland or Mitchell's fault. I think it's somebody else to place the blame here
Which
on
is
that team. Tyrone James or whatever his
Ty
name is.
Jerome.
Yeah, he was a let down. I mean, bro, man, from the fifth floor would have had a better game coming in, making a sandwich than him this series. It was
Oh
crazy,
man.
like the drop that he had. Like, I don't know if the defense picked up, if he was injured or what it was, but I was not expecting that from what he did last series, especially what he did the whole season, and then come and do this in the finals. If Mitchell would have had some support, he maybe could have. He did win a game himself.
Yeah.
He lost the game because he lost support. So I mean, he could have possibly gotten another one, but yeah, they're gonna have to change that backcourt, and they need more shooting specialists, like people that can make
100%.
threes.
Thought Struce was that guy, but I guess not.
all
But
right,
yeah.
y'all. But I do have to say this real quick. I'm gonna have to
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Do
I
your
do want to
thing.
come back. I really want to come back. Y'all don't.
Appreciate you.
I
Hey,
gotta talk to
appreciate
W
you being
Shop.
on. We definitely gonna have you on again. Do some WNBA stuff since the season
Absolutely.
did start.
I
Wait,
gotta have.
can
I
we
gotta
get
have
one
that.
WNBA question in, and
Okay,
then
perfect.
can we go? I know I heard through the grapevine that you are a Mercury fan, um, Phoenix Mercury. What do you think their record will be this season? And then just looking at their team, just give us a quick breakdown. What do you think about your team?
Okay, looking at our team based on last year, of course, Diana Taurasi retired. We got rid of
Mm-hmm.
Brittany Griner, she's gone, and a few other pieces. We got a really good big three. One of our players, Kalia Copper, she just had surgery yesterday. So yeah, so she's out for like 4 to 6 weeks. So we
Yeah.
still have Alyssa Thomas and we still have Satu Sabali, and I think they both got like over 20 points last night. So
You're
as
right.
long as they can stay consistent with scoring while Kalia Copper is out, we can make the playoffs. I have us going to the playoffs. Will we go far is another story. But
Mm.
we can have a really good season this year. As long as we limit the turnovers and just play, score, trust each other, we can go pretty far. We have a really good record. For sure.
All right.
All right. I agree. I think they will. So
Yeah.
hey, thank you so much, Kristy Love, Team
Yeah.
MBS Media, for joining. We definitely gonna have you on again.
Absolutely.
Much appreciated.
Absolutely. All right. Bye, guys.
All right. See you. All right. So as we continue now, finishing up here, we're gonna really get into that WNBA. We really only got one game we care about,
Yeah.
and that's the Chicago Sky. Who
Oh,
last
that game was ugly. Oh, you don't even got to say nothing else
I have to. I
because we
have
know
to.
who they played.
They got blown out by the Indiana Fever, 93-58. Caitlin Clark with a triple-double, 22 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Angel Reese, she doing her usual thing with her double-double.
Well, what
12
was those
points.
stats? Thank you.
12 points, 17 rebounds.
Thank you.
It didn't help. It didn't help. Jesus Christ. Yo, almost 40 piece, 35 points we lost by.
Ridiculous.
And we had high hopes for the Sky coming in. We definitely thought that they were going to do some things. I think we both said they would make the playoffs.
Still can. First game.
They still can for sure. But what stood out about that game, and what did you see that's missing from the team that they just need?
Well, what stood out from the first game was that it looked like it was their first game of the season, like playing together in a new system, new offense, like all of that. Tyler Marsh is a defensive coach. So again, I like what they were trying to do defensively. It just wasn't all the way put together as of yet. So that part of it still needs to be figured out. And then we really are going to have to make a decision here. I like Cardosa, but something, I don't know if if she's not playing good because she's beside Angel Reese. I think Cardosa is a baller. I want to see her have more rebounds than Angel Reese and just many more double doubles as Angel Reese. If both of them can be grabbing rebounds and putting up double doubles, it works for us. But I can't look at the box score and see Cardosa 7.7 rebounds.
Yeah,
I can't see that. Again, we have downhill penetrators that can dish. Can pass the ball. We got our point general back. So the Sky can still make the playoffs. Terrible first game. That Angel Reese Clayton Clark Clark situation was very interesting with the foul. Just a basketball play. No, it was just basketball play.
Why was it so overblown? Yeah. Everybody, Caitlin Clark hard foul. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't even a hard foul.
Wasn't. It's just a normal basketball play. Angel Reese has probably gotten fouled harder playing rec ball.
See, 100%. Going up for an easy lay, swipe the arm, no easy basket.
See, I like
the free throw line.
I like Clayton Clark because she has that edge to her, right? And she really didn't give it here. I mean, turning your back after a hard foul like that, like she basically was saying to Angel Reese, taunting her, like, I wish you would hit me. Go ahead, hit me in front of all of these people, right? She's playing that mind game with Angel Reese, and Angel Reese really tapered herself down and said, hey, you're just bleeping bleep. So we will see what that matchup is like later in the season. The Sky will be prepared, and we should come out with a victory against that very, very talented Indiana Fever team.
I'm definitely ready for the next game. I'm definitely ready for when they play at home. Man, I don't know either with Cardoso. I look at her and I'm like, she should be getting 15 to 20 rebounds a game. Even if she's only getting, 7 to 10 points, she should have like 15 to 20 boards a game. I don't know if it's they're moving her, they're telling her not to crash and let Angel do her thing, which is kind of crazy to me. But she needs to be down there more, and I think she needs to be a part of the offense more. Big thing that I did see, they need shooting. Angel's got to extend her range, but aside from her, they just need more shooters around. They don't really have any. Michaela Onyewerri, however you say her name. I think she's a dog. I like her. I'm glad they kept her on the team. I want to see her shooting the ball more. If we can get that, I think that the Sky do some really good things. And I definitely see a playoff.
Yeah.
A playoff breakthrough.
100%.
How far they go, we got to obviously see how the season plays out. But game one, I won't say it's a disappointment as much as
tough.
I kind of expected it.
Yeah.
But it was a letdown. I thought it would be a little bit more competitive. But hey, shout out to the Sky starting the season out, man. We're looking forward to some great things from them. Can't wait to see Haley Van Lith get the court with Angel Reese, see if they still got that chemistry from college. That'll be dope to see, man. But Any last words or last thoughts from you before we get out of here?
No, another great episodes, Bears Focus podcast, Bears Focus Plus. Want to thank Kristy Love for coming on again and providing her expertise and her knowledge of all things Bears and WNBA related again as well. I really look forward to creating more content with her later down the line and getting into some fun things because she has a wealth of knowledge that I think can be very, very, very useful. And not only this discussions, but many discussions that are happening in the sports world. So thank you again, Kristy Love, for coming on. And again, 13-4.
You're gonna hold on to it, even though you say it's fluid. I'm gonna
It's
hold you to
fluid.
that. I
It's
got this
fluid.
written down in the
It's
pad.
fluid.
13-4.
It's
We're gonna
fluid.
hold that. But again, you hit it right on the head. Shout out Kristy Love, Team MBS Media. Go check them out. Bears Focus Podcast, baby. We will be back with another episode talking these Bears, talking this guy, talking these Bulls and NBA playoffs. Stay tuned and see y'all on the next episode, baby. Bears Focus.
Plus.